the first ever AEW Women's Championship. No issues, Dave, with her winning, or do you think they should have went with Nyla?
No, I'm not surprised. And to answer a Red Sox fan question, I've seen Tony Storm in Stardom, and she was carrying around those little title pretty small. So I have seen them use small titles over there. So there you go. I didn't just make it up out of nowhere.
Rio is cute and people like an underdog, but she isn't believable in the slightest. Her striking game is pathetic. Her offense was embarrassing to watch at times. The spot where she tried to pick Nyla up was fucking ridiculous. She could have badly injured herself. A lot of positives last night, but the women's match and division as a whole isn't one of them. Awful wrestling, awful division. Damn. Golly. All right.
I would have liked them to showcase their women on the show a little bit more because they have a roster. You have Allie, you have Britt Baker. I mean, I would like to see them do a little bit more with like some of these other wrestlers, but whatever.
Well, Britt Baker was on commentary. I didn't mention that. Red Sox fan says either winner would have gotten hate regardless. Bob Ruski says you definitely see the areas where Nyla is green and where she is okay. Nyla about fucking injured Nakazawa. Yes! Forgot to mention that. Nakazawa comes out to, I guess, kind of interview Rio, and that's when Nyla Rose comes up and attacks him from behind and tries to powerbomb him. And I guess she just, I don't know if it slipped out of her hands or she just couldn't get him up on the first try. Almost dropped him. Ended up eventually picking him up again and powerbombing him finally. She needs work. You can tell she's not, she does need some more time in the ring, but I didn't think she did horrible out there. I thought she did fine. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, she didn't look like maybe this wasn't the right spot for her. I don't know, but yeah, she did. I think they both look a little green too. I mean, look, maybe not green is the right word, but it's live TV. They're probably not used to being on live TV like this either. So
yeah, nerves are probably running high that night.
Oh yeah, I mean they're on live TV.
Yeah, big spot for them. Yeah. I want Nyla versus Awesome Kong, Aja Kong. It would have to seem that's going to be eventually happening. You would have to think. They already kind of teased it before. Next, we did have the 6-man tag match. And before this tag match could even happen, we saw the return of Jon Moxley. And I totally forgot he was supposed to be on this show because they didn't mention him at all. They mentioned that he was going to be on it before.
Yeah, I remember,
they advertised him. Oh, he's going to be on the show. He's going to have something to say. I think he even tweeted out that he's going to be at AEW Dynamite. He has things to say. But they didn't mention him at all. So good job, AEW, to kind of make you forget about Jon Moxley, because I did. And he shows up. People were kind of saying, how was this not a disqualification? I'm not sure if the bell rang or not. But did they mention him during the show? I don't recall him mentioning. I didn't remember.
It could have been a time issue, too. They could have just ran out of time.
True.
Because they gave a lot of these matches a lot of time, too. So I mean, I think Cody and Sammy went like 20 minutes, and Pac and
right, he was injured. Yeah,
15, 20.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they did, because I don't remember them showing up a photo of him or mentioning him like that. So maybe they mentioned him on commentary during the match. But anyways, I digress. So he shows up behind Kenny Omega, kind of sneaks up behind him, shows up. They end up brawling. They get to the backstage area, and this is when we see this happen, everybody. So let's check this out.
Omega's head into that steel door.
I'm surprised we haven't had an intervention by the uniformed security. I mean, Moxley's unhinged, man. We're talking about that. He's unpredictable. He has no conscience.
And Moxley, oh no!
They're flooring you. Are you kidding me?
Oh no!
Not a glass coffee table. Oh no!
Shards of glass. Good God! We got to get this under control. Get some help back here.
Red Sox fan, he's saying ran out of time regarding Jon Moxley going out there and doing an interview. I think he was supposed to do an interview.
I was just saying maybe they were running short on time. Maybe that was better. Maybe not ran out of time. Maybe they were running short on time with everybody. That's why they didn't have him go out. I thought he was going to cut an interview at the end of the show or something, but yeah, that never happened. But yeah, this is when I was tuning in to watch because I didn't give a shit about the Street Profits wrestling, so I just turned over and watched this match.
What a dick! What an asshole, man! What an asshole!
I turned right when this match came. I was like, "Ooh, this match is all right." And then that wasn't the only big surprise of the 6-man.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. 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 What did you think about the Moxley showing up and just absolutely destroying Kenny Omega? What did you think about and the table spot too on glass? I'm not, I'm sure it wasn't real.
It was probably like
wasn't real glass. I know, but what did you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was cool to see Moxley. I mean, that's one thing. Like, oh, sweet, here comes Mox, and he destroying Kenny Omega. They're having a little brawl backstage. I'm assuming just because we got this big thing coming up at, Full Gear or Final Gear? Or
Full Gear, Dave. Full Gear.
Whatever it's called. But yeah, Gear. And that's why we're doing all this thing, getting set up for their big return match. And make people remember.
Do you think they will go the route? They had a fucking VIP area. That's awesome if they really did that. That's badass.
Well, it said VIP.
I wonder how much tickets were for that section. Now, here's my question for you and everybody in the chat. I know Bob Ruski would love this. Do you think they go the route of a death match with Moxley and Omega?
Man, that would be fun. I don't know if they would actually use the word death match. They might just do like a no DQ match or a Falls Count Anywhere match because they were out there in the crowd. Or not the crowd, but whatever. Maybe they were a little bit in the crowd, but yeah. I could see something in the Falls Count Anywhere or something like that. Maybe not a death match per se, but the hint of a death match.
Because it seems like they're going to me, they're already TV-14. They're already clarifying that they're TV-14. They're catering to the 18 to 35 demographic. All right, they're not catering to little kids. All right, this is you're not going to see a John Cena type character or something like that happen in AEW. They're a little bit more of an edgier organization, and that's something you would not see on WWE. Someone going through a glass table like that.
I just don't know if I can see Turner Sports promoting. Oh, tune in to Full Gear to watch a death match when you got people watching basketball. I just don't know if they go that route. It might say, it's a death match, we know it's a death match, but it's actually just going to be a no DQ.
Okay.
Like that.
Scratch the death match, but maybe they call it a hardcore, but they go the route of a death match. Light bulbs.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know about light bulbs.
Shit like that type of stuff.
I don't know if they'd go light bulbs. I really don't know they'd go that extent.
Okay. I don't know, dude. MLW had a sick-ass bunkhouse brawl this week, and that was hardcore. I saw that. I'm going to put that on my what are your thoughts when you see this on my Sunday tweet always is what are your thoughts when you see this, and always deals with death matches. I'm going to be putting one of those highlights up. I got one to put up there.
Well, that match between Sammy and Mance Warner, they basically had a death match when Sammy loser leaves town match type thing a few months ago, and that was a crazy match too. Mance Warner is another one of those guys who does these crazy type of matches.
Yes, I've seen a lot of the stuff that he's done. Oh, let's see. Chris Jericho called. I got this notification right here on my phone.
It's here.
It says Chris Jericho calls out the WWE. He says, and I quote, "They're embarrassed. I know how they work. They kind of started this war, and their very first night, they got destroyed." His words. We're going to get into the rating stuff and all that here after we touch on NXT. But let's go to the big reveal on what happened at the